Hello guys, welcome back. In today's video I'll be doing an oil change in my BMW F30.
Hey guys, Chris Fix here. Today I'm going to show you how to change the oil in your car or truck. This video is specifically geared to beginners who have never done an oil change. So this is going to be an in-depth video, and after watching...
A few things we're going to need for this job is obviously oil filter, a socket set, drill, jack stand, jack, and an oil catch can. So first thing we're going to have to do is pop the hood. Also, before you start draining the oil, make sure your car is somewhat warm so the oil freely moves throughout the system. So first thing, we're going to take off the cover. Then make sure to remove the oil cap. Next up, we're going to have to take the jack and the jack stand and lift up the car. And now, we're going to jack the car off. Once the car is jacked up, you gotta take your jack stand and place it underneath a solid piece of metal. Up next, I'm gonna remove the skid plate that covers the drain plug. Okay, so now down to business. Once you take your skid plate off, you're gonna find your drain plug right over there. That's your oil pan. And I'm using a 17-inch socket to take that off. Once you loosen that up, you're gonna pull your catch can over, take the plug off, and the oil will start draining. And as you can see, there's the oil draining. The reason why I have mine like this is because I bought this Chinese skid plate and the hole for the drain plug doesn't line up, so I have to take my skid plate off, and I'm too lazy to take it off completely, so I do it halfway through. While the oil is draining, I like to go ahead and lower the jack to make the car as even as possible, and then I go ahead and flush about half a quart of clean oil so it can make its way through the system and come out clean. So as you can see, once I poured half a quart of oil down, the oil is coming out much cleaner, and this is exactly what we want. Well, while that's flushing, we can go ahead and take off the filter. Make sure the drain plug is still off, because once we take this off, it'll relieve even more pressure and drain the oil from this housing. With the type of oil filter that I have, I like to use this band wrench. You gotta twist it counterclockwise and the filter comes off. Now, the other cars, they have the ones that are made out of aluminum, and they're on the bottom and sometimes even on top, which you have to use your hand to unscrew. There we go. This is what the oil filter looks like. It's the paper kind. When you take this off, you just gotta make sure to inspect it for any metal shavings or anything like that. But since my BMW is well maintained, you're not gonna see this in this car. Well, now all you gotta do is take off the rubber gasket right here with a screwdriver, pop the filter off, and don't forget the top one as well. It's the green one. To put it back on, it's a little difficult, but there's a little trick. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show you how to do this.
Nice.
Then what you gotta do is take this rubber gasket right here and pop it off. And one right here. Voila. Okay, so once your oil filter is all cleaned up, what you want to do is take the bottom gasket, make sure it sits all the way in the bottom right there. And it is. So up next is this one. This one is a little bit of a pain. So what you want to do is take the screwdriver, feed it through, put this right here on the bottom, pinch it with one of your fingers, and then feed it through and pull down. My hands are very oily and slippery, so it's a little difficult. There you go. Now it's on. So you take a new filter that comes with your kit. You put it on and make sure it clicks. There you go. Nice and tight. Installation process is very simple. You just do it in reverse. Tighten this clockwise until it's nice and snug. So next up, I'm going underneath the car and installing a new drain plug by ECS Tuning. The reason why is because this one has a magnetic tip at the end which collects metal shavings, just in case. So once the drain plug's all tight, up next is the fun part, the oil. So in this case, I prefer to use Liqui Moly. I've been using this for almost 30,000 miles on my BMW. I've had no issues, but you might have to do some research or look at your owner's manual to see what oil is recommended for your car. And also make sure to verify the oil quantity. In my case, I am taking 6.5 liters or 6.9 quarts. So now we're ready to start the car. Just make sure the drain plug is on, the filter's tight, and the oil's filled. So after tightening everything and then checking the oil to make sure it's full, we're all good to go. And this is how you do an oil change.